Are.
Mary Beth.
Hello, Mary Beth. All right, I tell you what, your job's going to be real easy.
Good. I like
All you got to do is what comes natural.
All right.
It's called Fleeting Glory. Wanted cowboys read the classified. Experience preferred. I swear that was the sweetest lick this top hand ever heard. Come to camp and show your stuff. Big wages, travel too. It's a heaven-sent deliverance. It's a puncher's rendezvous. Raw speed enhanced by hunger on the wings of desperation saved my saddle, bed, and war bags from the landlord's termination. With 2 bits, Ace, and Spud behind, my truck and trailer swerving on a highway bound for destiny, the cowtown known as Irving. The more I drove, the more I thought, how most perplexing strange. A cow ranch in the middle of the metroplexing range. Although I've rode the Texas plains from Dalhart down to Alice, imagine this, a cowboy camp between Fort Worth and Dallas. Why, it's plumb insane. There's Volvos, Hondas, Caddies, and Mercedes, like salmon bound for spawning grounds or congressmen for Hades. Strange. There weren't no cows or horses there at that address where the want ad said to applicate and display my finesse. I reckon I was first to show and throws my cack on Spud, with Ace and 2 bits strung behind, a cowboy to the blood. This shining mesa rose right up amidst the blacktop prairie, regurgitating growls and rumbles plumb extraordinary. It might have been a lion's den or redskins taking scalps. But somewhere in that canyon, pards, was cowboys needing help. I jerked a twine and cut a trail and shot right through a tunnel like scours from a sucking calf or bloat gas through a funnel. No wonder they was hunting hands. The reason's plain to see. The herd was milling round and no one had a hoss but me. Now, I've worked Bramer crossbred cows and Okies by the swarm. Coriantes, dinks, and scrubs in every shape and form, but this hybrid abomination could disturb a rancher's dreams. A pasture full of mongrel bulls was facing off in teams. Everyone was muley with a smooth and rounded head. Oh, they was ugly brutes. I pity any cow these critters bred. With them shoulders wide as wagon wheels and narrow-pointed rears, they'd set selective breeding back 150 years. My battle plan was obvious, and it was plain to see that the only gent rigged up to do the job that day was me. My Barlow blade was handy, and my hoss was fit to run. I'd have to catch and neuter all them mongrels, one by one. I hunkered in the tunnel while I surveyed on the scene. This pasture was 100 yards. The grass was short and green. Good running ground with pasture walls that's high and hell for stout. But then I seen a sight that made this puncher's eyes bug out. Prancing through the canyon come a string of cowgirl queens, a monument to pedigrees and prime selective genes. Oh, they was Boone and Crockett fillies. Good work, Lord. I tipped my hat. Don't ask what I was thinking, because ain't no call for that. But my sinful cogitations quickly yielded to surprise, then disbelief and horror. And I felt my hackles rise. Them mongrels reared up on their hind legs, pawing with their fores. Now, I've seen plenty range bull scraps, but pilgrims, this was war. They was milling some ferocious till one critter broke away. With the whole dang herd stampeding, it was time to make my play. That maverick, he was scooting like a blistered bumblebee, but I reckon that he'd never seen the likes of Spud and me. My rope was tied on hard and fast. My cinch was plenty snug. Old Spud pounced on that outlaw like a duck upon a bug. I rolled a loop near big enough to snare a garbage truck. Jerked him down, tied him up, but I was pushing luck because them bulls was congregating, growing bigger every bound. And this cowboy just weren't comfortable with both boots on the ground. Well, I'd cut the mongrel later, and spring into the saddle, I jerked another piggin string and started hunting cattle. I sashayed round the herd, and pards my rope and arm was hot. I double-hawked each critter, and I never missed a shot. Old Spud was blown and winded, so I throws my cack on 2 bits. Them cowgirl queens was prancing around and wiggling their pom-poms. Yeah, what do you think I was going to say? I tied them brutes with piggin strings, with hobbles, belts, and reins, my stampede string, a wild rag, and a pair of sideline chains. And all that time, these noisy fellers dressed in black and white was blowing whistles, throwing flags, and waving left and right. Unnecessary roughness, offsides, illegal motion. I wished I savvied all that talk, but didn't have a notion, because my final tally made me out a bona fide hero. The scoreboard give me 22. Them mongrel mavericks, 0. The crowd went wild. I said the crowd went wild. I doffed my hat. a noble, gallant sweep when the cow boss growled and kicked me. Gaines, you're talking in your sleep. Oh, Lord, don't yell so loud. My head is big enough for two. Was it Jakey's homemade apple jack or Cookie's poison stew? I should have known a puncher's luck ain't always what it seems, and my fling with fleeting glory, it was only cowboy dreams. But lest you think I quit too soon, I'm made of sterner stuff. I took a trip to Irving just to call the feller's bluff. I didn't set no records, and I didn't last too long. But to sum up my adventures, I composed this little song. All right, try to stay with me, darling. I'm a pro.
I'll do my best.
And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. I want to be a Dallas Cowboy. Give me the ball and watch me go. Never mind the referees, need a horse between my knees. Otherwise, I'm too dang slow. I want a cowboy up and show 'em how it's done on artificial turf or grass. Gonna make $1 million and endorse a line of trucks. I'm taking names and kicking, but I'm back to drawing wages, because football ain't my game. And though I never will be rich, I've staked a cowboy claim. Why, I even took my choice of all them dancing cowgirl sweeties. And better yet, I got my picture on a box of Wheaties.